What if I told you that the org chart is actually slowing you down, and instead there's a different tool, a tool called the accountability chart, which can end politics and finger pointing of I thought you were going to do it, and help your business scale to $100 million, because that is what it helped us do. Hey, I'm Arjun, CEO and founder of Doula.com, a venture-backed fintech startup in New York City that's raised over $13 million. Today, I'm going to share why we threw away the traditional org chart and replaced it with a tool called the accountability chart. This single tool clarified exactly what each person and function does, and it removed the finger pointing of that fell through the crack because I thought this person was doing it. If that's happening at your business, stay along for this ride because it'll be solved by the end of this video if you implement this tool called the accountability chart. I need to take you back in time though to when I realized something had to change. The team was growing. Growth is good, but as new people joined, I remember a new person joined the team and there was actually a picture that we sent in a Slack channel and they actually said, who is that person? And even after knowing who the person was, they were effectively saying, okay, but what does that person do? To me, it was a oh crap moment because in my head, I do final round interviews with everyone. I know everyone at the company, but there were other people who didn't know who this person was in a company of less than 100 people. And I thought, wait a second, something's got to change. So the tool we have now implemented, and I learned this from this fantastic book called Traction by Gino Wickman, is the accountability chart. What this chart does is instead of just having names connected to other names, it actually has functions and roles with 5 specific accountabilities for every function. Then there are names tied next to those boxes. But now, instead of just having names, not knowing really who the person is and what they do, you have these accountabilities and you have how everything ties together. Let me actually explain how this all works so you can implement it today for your business. My favorite analogy for this, by the way, is if you've ever watched NASCAR or Formula One, have you ever noticed that when the car stops to change its tires, in about 6 seconds, it might be even less, they're able to switch 4 tires. And that's because every single person knows exactly what their job is, what they are accountable for, and what to do. That is how you can get a team to change 4 tires so quickly. Now take that analogy to your business. Do you have that level of precision and focus where every single person knows what their responsibility is, and do others know what that is too? Okay, let's dive in. Here's how the accountability chart works. Step 1 is structure first, people second. Before you even look at the existing company, remove the names. Ask yourself, what are the core responsibilities that I need in my company? Now, to make it simple, I'll help break it down into the main buckets. Typically, it's going to be you have sales and marketing, which is how you acquire customers. You have operations and product, which is how you serve customers and deliver the value you promised. And then you have your finance function and people function, which is how to support the company. Cash is the lifeblood of the business and people are the business. Notice we didn't start with the full existing org chart. We zoomed out and said, hey, what are the actual functions in the business that we need to have the business? And let's actually start structurally there. Structure first, people second. Step 2 is defining the 5 roles for each seat. When we first did this exercise, we didn't even put names into specific departments. We just said, here's the product org, or here's engineering, or here's marketing, or here's people, or here's finance. What are the 5 responsibilities that function is accountable for? For each of those roles, we defined 5, specifically 5 bullets of what that role does and what they're accountable for. Let me give you an example for a head of sales seat. 5 bullets, notice how succinct these are. 1, hit quarterly revenue targets. 2, maintain a pipeline 3x of quota. 3, lead and develop the sales team. 4, own sales process optimization. 5, report weekly metrics to leadership. So simple, so concise, but it's such a powerful exercise because that functional lead can then comment and say, does this match what I thought I was going to do here? And then other departments can actually say, oh, that's what that function does. Again, previously you might have just had a name. Now you have the function, sales with their 5 accountabilities. That's it. 5 crystal clear accountabilities. If those 5 things are happening, the person in this seat is winning. This seat is winning. The company is then winning. Step 3 is lead, manage, and accountability. Let's break down each of those. Leading is casting a vision for the function. Managing is building the team and the processes. Accountability is owning the results, good or bad. One person, not a committee, not a shared responsibility. The key here again is no shared responsibility. There is one person in one seat who is ultimately accountable. Now at a startup, you typically actually attract the type of people that want that ownership and accountability. It's actually a great function to make sure you're aligned with a person joining saying, hey, are you okay being solely accountable for this seat? There's no hiding in a startup. This is such a great tool to, again, avoid the finger pointing of I thought that person was doing it. No, it's very clear what the seat is, what the 5 accountabilities are, and then who is responsible for leading, managing, and ensuring accountability. Step 4 is the GWC, or Gets It, Wants It capacity filter. This is a way to actually understand, are they the right person in the right seat? So you've defined the seat now, again, starting with structure, then people. If you have the right seat, now it's about understanding you have the right person in that seat. Do they get the role? Do they want the role? And do they have the capacity to do the role? Also, part of this is making sure they're aligned with your company core values. If all of those are aligned, fantastic. You now have the seat defined and you have the right person in the seat. Step 5 is one person, multiple seats. Now remember, you can only have one person per seat, but one person might be in multiple seats. And that's because when you're a startup, you might even be one person listening to this video. You have to do it all. It still is important though to define those functions, because the time will come when you onboard someone and then they can seamlessly slide in. So again, it is okay if you have one person with multiple seats. That's actually par for the course for many companies, and it actually will be if you're starting. But over time, you'll have individuals replacing those specific functions and sitting in those seats. So as CEO of the company, here are my 5 accountabilities. Number 1 is set clarity on company strategy and long-term vision. Number 2 is own culture and team alignment. Number 3 is drive key initiatives like lightning strikes and category creation. Number 4 is manage leadership team accountability and execution rhythm. Number 5 is own investor, board, and high-stake external relationships. That's it. So simple, 5 bullet points. Any person in the company who joins can look and say, that's actually what he's responsible for. Now, I've also shared here what the CEO office responsibilities are. These are the executive assistant team members who support me in various functions in the business. You can check these out here in the image, but you'll see here that for any role, you can truly boil it down to the 5 key bullets or accountabilities. And that way, as the team grows, it's so clear what people are accountable for. Notice how there's only one name per seat as well. And that is it. That is how we ditched the org chart, replaced it with the accountability chart, got rid of finger pointing, and actually had a solution so that people understood who people are at the company and what they do. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found value. If you yourself are scaling your business and looking for help, first, that's what my company Dula does. We're your business back office, LLC formation, bookkeeping, and taxes. We do it all in one place so you can focus on what you do best while Dula handles the rest. Please like, subscribe, turn on notifications if you found value. And last but not least, if you're looking to get started, check out the description links below. I also write a newsletter called the 2-Minute Business Hack, where I drop a weekly tip once a week, tactical, actionable insights to help grow your business. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.